Good evening, everybody. David Paul with you, 6:30 on the dot here on a Friday in September. It's been a warm day. We did make the low 90s. Humidity came back today. The humidity coming up, not only humidity coming in from the Gulf, but also we've got moisture coming in from the Pacific. We are going to raise rain chances for the weekend. I'm not thinking we're going to have any emergency weather. I don't have any flash flood watches or anything like that. Really for the entire state, just scattered showers. Saturday 30%, Sunday is 60%. I think that rain on Sunday may come the first half of the day as a front approaches and goes through. Once that front does go through, the rain threat on Sunday will come to an end. And then look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No rain. Not only will we take rain chances out, but we're going to lower the humidity significantly. This is technically a cold front coming in. So we're looking at dew points, not air temperatures, but dew point forecasts. When we have dew points in the mid-70s here in Houston, that's a warm and humid, sticky summer day. That's Saturday morning, and we'll stay humid all day on Saturday with a chance for scattered showers and thunder showers. And we'll go into Sunday with the humidity still in place, at least for the first half of the day. Notice how our dew point 73, that's sticky humid, but then they're 10 degrees lower. Tyler dew point is 62 by noon on Sunday. Texarkana dew points in the 50s are very comfortable, and that drier air will come in behind the front as it goes through Sunday evening. And then Monday and Tuesday, our dew points here drop into the 50s. When we get dew points in the 50s in Houston, you know it. You can feel it, especially in the mornings and evenings. It feels so much better. It just makes it easier for your body to cool itself, and you don't spend so much energy cooling yourself by sweating so much. It evaporates easily, and it just makes living so much nicer when that happens. So that's on tap for the first part of next week. High temp today went to 96. It was humid. 92 is normal. 108 is the record set on this day back in 2000. Record low 55 set back in 1891. That was a chilly morning down near downtown Houston. That would have been at the thermometer on the banks of Buffalo Bayou, right there where Buffalo and White Oak Bayou come together near downtown. That's where they had the thermometer at that time. Allergy index. Ragweed continues to rise. It was 17, if I remember, Wednesday. It went to 27 Thursday, and today up to 76. So the ragweed is on the rise for sure. It's noticing the shorter days. Less hours of daylight causes these photosensitive plants to begin to bloom in the fall, the ones that are designed to do that. And here we go with the ragweed and fall allergy season now getting into full swing. Live look at Galveston. It appears the water is still clear all the way up to the beach here in Galveston. It looks like maybe there's that. Can you see it's a little bit darker out here? That may be where the Mississippi flow is. It's further offshore, but for the moment, again, another clear water day in Galveston. What a beautiful evening to be on the beach. I'm so jealous of you guys in Galveston right now. Current temps inland under mostly sunny skies. Hobby 91. Sugarland 93, Tomball 92, Huntsville 92, Angleton at 90 on a September Friday evening. Air quality has stayed in the good range today. We've been tracking it all afternoon. Moderate levels of ozone and pollutants, but otherwise our air quality is doing okay today. Radar stayed quiet. We did not see any isolated showers pop up as models were suggesting might happen. That's fine. But notice what's happening in north and west Texas. The northwest third of the state is cloudy and rainy, and that is that tropical moisture coming from what at one point was Hurricane Lorena. It's all broken up now. Here comes the moisture over the mountains of Mexico and into Texas, and we're getting the rain, not just in Texas, but all the way up into Oklahoma and Kansas. Also Missouri getting rain moisture from Lorena from the Pacific. So they've been tracking that up there as well. As far as what it means here, Saturday, 8 a.m., we start quiet. Watch what happens between 8 o'clock and going into 10, 11, 11:30. Scattered showers, numerous scattered showers begin to pop up. So we're going to keep a rain chance even in the morning through lunchtime and into the afternoon as the moisture from Lorena, some Gulf moisture as well, and this approaching front helps to squeeze out a rain chance tomorrow. This is 3:30 Saturday afternoon. There will be quite a handful of scattered showers and thunder showers roaming around, not only along and south of I-10, but also up here in the hill country. They'll get some rain as well. We'll go into Sunday, and high-res models are coming in with a rain chance for the first half of the day on Sunday. This is 9:30 a.m. Sunday, so Sunday morning may be when we have the best rain chance, and then after that, models kind of weaken the rain chance into the afternoon as the front actually pushes through. So looking at the numbers, I've got a 30% chance for scattered showers on Saturday, 60% on Sunday. Looking at the latest high-res model, it may be that you could flip-flop that, 60 tomorrow, 30 Sunday, with the rain chances ending midday Sunday and then improving in the afternoon. But either way, there will be scattered showers and thunder showers kind of roaming around both days of the weekend. All right, hurricane season. So here we are, September the 5th. September the 10th is the peak. We're into the statistical peak. We've been there for a while. You would expect to see something going on in the Atlantic Basin at this time. So far, we've had 5 little piddly tropical storms and 1 big Cat 5 hurricane. That was Aaron. That's the one that missed the Caribbean islands. It missed the East Coast. It missed Bermuda, missed everything, which is good because it was a very powerful hurricane. If we're going to get to 16 named storms, which is what the Colorado State University team is forecasting, we'd have to get all the way to Pablo, which means we need to get busy. And as we look at the basin, we are not busy. There's nothing going on in the Caribbean and the Gulf, which is great, so nothing knocking on our front door. This is the wave we've been tracking all season long. Now, if you remember yesterday, Hurricane Center went to a 90% chance that this develops. And we've been watching the models. And the Euro and the American were both developing it until yesterday. Yesterday, the European model lost this altogether. Only the American was developing it. And looking out here this afternoon, there is just not much with this going on at all. So, yeah, and they've just updated this. So now they've dropped it even further. They've dropped it to 70% in the afternoon. Now they've dropped that down to a moderate chance, about a 50% chance it develops. They're backing off on its development chances very quickly, and that is because the modeling is backing off. So if you've been with us, we've been watching, we run the American and the Euro simultaneously on these storms when they're way out here just to get a feel for what's going to happen. And Tuesday of next week, if you remember yesterday, both models had a storm developing out here. Today, they have nothing. Neither of them pick up on the storm. They don't pick up on anything. They don't develop it, period. Nothing gets developed out there. So Hurricane Center backing off, model runs backing off. It may be that things just stay really quiet out here through September the 12th, which would be a little bit unusual. Nothing showing up here in the Caribbean or the Gulf. Got some long straight lines here. So at the moment, things are relatively quiet with no active systems in the Atlantic Basin as we go into the heart of the season. And I think the biggest reason for this is the dust. We've been watching this big plume of dust, and remember, you could see how the dust was getting into train and that circulation that the American model was trying to form the past couple of days. And today, through Tuesday, look at all the dust, especially right here, where models had a storm developing. Now they have no storm at all. So the Saharan dust can have a huge impact at times on storm development. If there's no dust, it helps storms get going because this is a dry, sinking layer of air. Exactly the opposite of what you need to get storms going out here. You need warm, rising, moist air, and dry, sinking air zaps that. So it looks like the dust may be putting the kibosh on that storm developing. Dust over the Caribbean, not so much dust in the Gulf. Okay, so that's what's going on in the Atlantic. If you remember, Lorena was a hurricane off the Baja yesterday. Now the moisture coming into Texas, it's already here. It's raining in northwest Texas. This is Saturday. By Saturday afternoon and evening, scattered showers, maybe heaviest near the Big Bend, and a couple of showers here tomorrow as well. And there's that front that's going to help to squeeze out, I think, more rain the first part of Sunday here. Could be a rainy day all day for central and south Texas on Sunday. But after that, that front pushes through and squeezes the rain out of here. Now, we've also been monitoring the possibility for heavy rain in the Hill Country and in Texas in the flash flooding threat. And yesterday, Storm Prediction Center was thinking that we might see some flash flooding in the Hill Country. They've backed off on that forecast. And the biggest reason is, it'll come up here in a moment. There it is. This is the QPF, Quantitative Precipitation Forecast, as we head into the weekend. Not a whole lot showing up. So in the Hill Country, getting into the blues, maybe 1.25 inches to 1.75 inches, little purple there. It's not out of the question that 1 or 2 spots here could have several inches of rain. And they are monitoring this very carefully at the weather offices out here, and everybody's on standby. But it's looking like the forecast is not overdoing the rain chance. And for Houston, our rain totals would be in the light green, so 1/10 to 1/4 to maybe 1/2 inch. in parts of Houston and southeast Texas over the weekend. So backing off on the rain totals. And if you remember, Storm Prediction Center had a 2 out of a 4 tiered threat for West Texas and the Hill Country yesterday. They've backed off to just a marginal threat for everybody. So we're cautiously optimistic that this tropical moisture and front perhaps will not cause too much in the way of problems in Texas. We'll be watching it. Longer range outlook, September 11th to the 15th, cooler on the East Coast and the Northeast. We stay with temps above normal in that time frame. Looking further out with rainfall, September 11th to the 15th, wet for the Pac Northwest. We are near normal, maybe a little bit below normal on our rainfall during the 11th through the 15th into the middle part of September. Saturday's numbers, I'm just going to leave a 30% chance for scattered showers each day part. 7 o'clock, noon, 4 o'clock, high temp, low to mid 90s. The extended 60% rain chance, as I mentioned, it's looking more likely that this 60% rain chance comes the first half of Sunday, perhaps improvement from north to south Sunday afternoon and evening, and then it is lower humidity with dew points dropping into the 50s as we go into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I think you'll notice that the most Tuesday morning and Wednesday morning. Going to put both those mornings, Houston proper, Harris County, in the 60s, which will put like our northern counties up to Conroe, Huntsville into the low 60s, I think, for morning lows. That will be delightful Tuesday, Wednesday, and then a little bit of humidity sneaks back in Thursday, Friday of next week. That's where we stand. Happy Friday, happy weekend, everybody.